Alright, we are back with another Wolfenstein 3D tutorial. This tutorial we're obviously going to be going over mods. So, I thought of just doing this really quick just to show you guys on what the mod community of Wolfenstein 3D basically has in store. Uh, since I already made a one about making maps, I thought why the hell not just make one for running mods. Alright, so there are many sites you can go on that have Wolfenstein 3D mods, such as Wolfenstein 3D Vault, which is a highly recommended site to go on. Then they got Wolfenstein 3D Dome, which is kind of the same thing as Wolf Vaults, but they have their own similarities. Then you have Wolfenstein 3D Wiki, which is the community-based wiki. This is where it has like all of the, it has a total of 1,937 mods, which is a lot. You can go on and on in this list. The list just goes on and on and on. Like there's a lot of mods for Wolf 3D that people don't even know about. I don't even know about. To be honest, I'm still barely going through all the mods. To be honest with you, but there are many ways to load mods. So like for example, for DOS. So most mods for Wolf 3D run on DOS. Either DOS, there's ZDL, there's ECWolf or LZWolf. Some people use LZWolf. I use ECWolf. So basically, like three main ways to run your Wolf 3D mods. Depends on what they support. So here we have modified.exe, which means it has a modified executable. And I believe, yeah, most of this is just for DOS. A lot of them are for DOS. Some of them also say DOS and STL, which means you can obviously run it on DOS or just self-executable. And what ZDL is ZDL is not a source port. I don't even think it's a source port. I might be wrong on that, but you don't have to load anything in. You just have to launch the executable itself, and it runs the game or the mod itself. So that's what STL is. You don't have to load it up on DOS. You don't have to load it up on ECWolf. It's just the main executable itself. And then you got DOS. Now I feel like a lot of people know how to use DOS, but I'll still show you guys how to use it. And then you got ECWolf. ECWolf is very simple to use. It's kind of like GZ Doom. Kind of like GZ Doom since it's like easy to use, like GZ Doom. But anyways, then you got Registered Wolf, which means it's the full game. And then you got Registered Spear, which is obviously Spear of Destiny. And then they got Shareware Wolf, which basically most of these is just the episode replacements, since people at the time didn't get the full game. They got the shareware version. Anyways, we're gonna be using an example here. So we're gonna be using this mod called Uktug. I don't know if I pronounced that right, but before I made this video, I had trouble running this mod, and I realized that it was missing audio files for the mod. So that's why I'm on my second take, if you guys really care about that. But anyways, so here's the mod right here. I got it all set it up. I had to do trial and error before I start this video. But anyways, so since this is a DOS mod, if you see right here, the type, it's DOS. Tells you how much maps there is, tells you the release date, the author, title, etc., etc. And then once you download it, extract it and put it wherever you like, as long as you remember where it's located at. That's pretty much all that matters. It doesn't matter where you put it at. So right here, I just labeled it UC1, and then you want to make sure what the executable is labeled. Most of the Wolf 3D mods for DOS are labeled as Wolf 3D, but sometimes people like to change the name. I don't know why, but I mean, it is what it is. So just load up DOSBox. I recommend use DOSBox staging, not the old school DOSBox, because really, in my opinion, I think the old school DOSBox is not really. It's still good, but I just don't really like using it. I like to use a more advanced version, so that's why I use this. But either way, load up DOSBox, and you're gonna want to press mount or type in mount in whichever drive letter it is. You want to type in like that. So since mine is in the X drive, and then this is what your file would be, or folder would be labeled. So whichever your folder is labeled, type it in, press enter. So it says it has Mountain Act 1, and you want to change the drive letter to X since we are on the X drive. And then again, whichever name your executable is. So for example, mine is Wolf 3D. You want to type that in. After that, boom, and then you get the game to load. All right. So it's not that hard, honestly. It's not that hard. Here's the mod. I have not played this mod. There's a lot of Wolfenstein 3D mods that I have not played yet, so I am very new to this mod right here. But yeah, everything runs good. Obviously it's slow on my end because I don't have the cycles up. This is just me looking at it. But yeah, here it is. Here's the mod. And the reason why a lot of mods are ran on DOS is because it has custom textures. Not only because of that, but because if you load custom textures into EC Wolf, it messes everything up. It doesn't even load. Sometimes it does load, but the textures are all messed up. So that's why most people just stick with DOS, which I don't blame them because I like using it on DOS. But there you go. That's how you use. That's how you run DOS mods for Wolf, and that goes for any DOS mod. Any DOS mod, if it has an executable, you do the same thing as that. What's different is that the names might be different, or the folders obviously could be different. So next, let's do an SDL mod. Let's go to. Let's try the infamous Abandon by Thomas. Alright. So yeah, so this is what I like about SDL is that you don't have to like run it like you don't have to run it with a source port. You just load up the SDL executable and it just launches just like that. So there is something that I do not like about SDL, and that is the full screen option. I don't like it when it's on full screen. I don't know about you guys, but I just don't like it when it's on full screen. So we are going to be making it into window mode. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys on how to do that. So I'm going to go to my Wolfenstein 3D mods, SDL mods. I think I do have one of them. If I can find it. Okay, I don't know where that's at. Anyone's. It might be this one. Okay. I need to check its properties. Let's see. Properties. Okay, so it's not this one. Okay. So there is one mod that I did modify it to be not full screen. And I cannot find it. I don't know where it's at. And this is very awkward. Okay. These are just EC Wolf mods that don't need to be ran on DOS or anything like that. Okay. Yeah, I do not know where it's at. But anyways. Actually, never mind, it's right here. I'm an idiot. Okay, so it's right here. So you see how I have a shortcut and Wolf 4SDL.exe. So this is the original one. This is the one that's not modified. So for example, you're gonna have to create a shortcut. So in order to create a shortcut, you're gonna want to click on the original, and you're gonna want to go to show more options. And then you want to create a shortcut, and then it will pop up on here. So this is labeled shortcut, and then you're going to want to go to properties, and then you want to label it as this. So it will be the target will be wolf for SDL.exe. Then you're going to do a space, and then I believe you want to do a dash, 2 dashes, windowed, then dash, dash mouse, space, and then you can change the resolution. I keep it like that. So you can do it like that. After that, click, or I believe it's called, click apply, and click OK. And then now that when I run it, it will load up into this. So I'm using all this in Wolf 3D. This is a very great mod. I highly recommend playing this mod. Okay. But yeah, here it is. This is. See, I like this a lot better. Like this, just running it on full screen is, in my opinion, it doesn't look good. This is how it is when you run it on full screen. It looks all weird. It's all like stretched out. You could probably change the resolution, but I personally like playing Wolf 3D on window mode. That's just how I am. It depends on how you guys feel like it. But again, what I want to mention is that this one is also a DOS and STL. So you see, it gives you an STL option, and it also gives you a DOS option. So that's how most mods would be like. And then, last but not least, we're going to be running an EC Wolf mod. Since not all mods are supported with EC Wolf, besides running like the basic Wolf 3D game on there and Spear of Destiny. So, for example, like I have my own. Where's that? I have my own section of all of my EC Wolf mods. So some of these mods are not even made for EC Wolf. It's just like old, like really old Wolf maps. So for example, Castle Wolfenstein 3D new game map. Yeah, very nice title. It only has these files. Now you're probably wondering, how the hell do I run this on DOS or anywhere? Well, what I would usually recommend you is just running this on EC Wolf. Since old mods, like this mod came out in '92, like I believe like the year Wolf 3D came out. This mod is really old, and to be honest, this is like there is no custom textures on this mod. Most of the mods from '92 don't even have custom textures in it, because I feel like a lot of people didn't really know what to do with custom textures, or didn't even know how to make them. So all you do is just load in game maps. Game maps. So game maps. This is the map file. This is where all the maps are at. Then you want to drag that and load it up to EC Wolf executable. Since this is WL6, which is a Wolf 3D mod, click OK, and then we are good to go. So this is an episode 1 replacement, I believe. Yeah, here it is. This is the level. Yep. And that is it. That is how you run your Wolf 3D mods. Or Wolf 3D mods, I should say. To be honest, Wolfenstein 3D mods, there's a lot of good Wolfenstein 3D mods out there. Like, I know a lot of people might think, like, oh yeah, Wolfenstein 3D is just plain, simple, flat design. It's kind of boring. To be honest, it's not that boring. There's a lot of mods on there. Like, it just goes, the list goes on and on and on. You can be lost in this list of Wolf 3D mods, and you don't even know how to get out, to be honest with you. And there's also a lot of mods that have like full game replacements. So like, for example, like 60 maps, and that's like the whole game replaced. Like episodes 1 through 6 replaced with new maps. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I don't know how the hell they do that. But again, making Wolf 3D maps is not that hard. It's a pretty easy process. It's way more faster than making a map for Doom, to be honest. Depends on how good you're making Doom maps. For me, I take a while making Doom maps. It takes me like 2 or 3 days just to make one full map. But for Wolf 3D, it takes me like just a day, to be honest with you. But again, hope this tutorial helps. Hopefully you guys have fun with your Wolf 3D mods, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.